What is going on, guys? Today is all in day 102, I believe. Let's go over the trade I took. So we had bear structure, 1 hour broke structure overnight, 4 hour was looking bearish, 1 hour was also looking bearish at this time. Market opened right around here. So we saw that, and then as well in ES. ES was looking bullish overall in the 1 hour. So we saw a break structure here at 7 o'clock, opened at 9. And the 4 hour was bearish on ES as well. So it was just the 1 hour that was bullish. So I was very heavily looking for shorts, seeing that we had a lot of LR down here. So what I ended up doing was, when market opened at 9:30, right here, market opened with this candle, came up, took out London high right here. And so we also had this 15-minute right here that it ended up respecting. And while that was happening, in Q, it's also in a 15-minute that it was below these highs. So ES had taken out these highs in London, making an SMT, and then we made another SMT with the market open, get London high getting taken. So we ended up respecting the 15-minute, sweeping 5-minute highs, sweeping hourly highs. So it was looking really good. I was right from the get-go. From here, I wanted to see, especially at market open, I wanted to see some type of break structure. So in Q, ended up breaking structure at 9:39. And you know me, I don't wait. I wait till I was willing to take a trade before, but ended up playing out in my favor anyway. I don't like taking a trade until about 9:40 just to see how the market is moving, and I tend to get fucked over good bit in the market when it's so early. So we saw that, and then right here, so this was 9:39. At 9:40, ES finally decided to break structure, and knowing my strategy, I like to wait for both confirmations on the 1 minute to find an entry. So I took the short on NQ because it was leading to the downside. And so I ended up entering early at 9:40, knowing that NQ already broke structure and ES was pushing very heavily to break structure. So I didn't want to get an entry down here because that would have been real chopped for me. So I think, let me see when I entered. I can probably check. Hmm. 29,713. 29,713. $29,713. So it was like right here. Anyways, so now seeing it, I literally got ticked out. But yeah, so 29,713. Draws were down here. This is my LR for the day. It was these stacked lows, which were really great. That draw on liquidity was great, especially when we took out London high, showing that price is bearish on the higher time frame. Then we took out a higher time frame liquidity sweep. And while Nasdaq maintained bear structure on the lower time frame, not sweeping it out, making an SMT, all that good jazz. So we ended up taking the trade, right? 9:30, 9:40, when the 9:40 candle opened. When the 9:40 candle opened, we saw a good push and it was, I think it was like 20 or 15 seconds before the candle actually closed. I entered here. And so I entered here. Now, I didn't wait for confirmation on ES. That's my bad. It's a bad call on me. Going, following my rules and stuff. But I had a good trade going, had high conviction in this trade, loved the setup that was happening. I was looking at it at 9:21 and I knew exactly what I wanted to see. So ended up playing out exactly how I wanted to see it. Entry would have been way chopped, would have got a negative RR in the trade if I waited. So despite that, we still took profit. We took partial profit here at this low, at this hourly low, and I like to go break even once I hit an hourly low. Just say I only have this target, then I wouldn't go break even at all, because there's no targets to send us higher. But this is price points where I thought it was going to reverse off of. TP1 was here, and we hit TP1, as you can see. Zoom in here. We hit TP1 right here. So I closed half my position because I only was trading with 2 contracts, because recently volatility has been higher and higher, and we were sitting at a stop of 130 points. So TP here, TP1 hit, claimed a whopping $192. It's all right. So close half my position. Price continues to retrace, and I was already break even at this time down here. Literally wicks me out of break even, sends us lower down here to hit full TP. So the trade was great, we'll say. It was just unfortunate that we got break even wicked out, but that is why we went and took partial profit and went break even. We could have not went break even at all. But according to my strategy and the way that I trade, it was making an SMT at that low. At that time, 940. So we had, I think it was this low, it was 2300. And it was around here. We were in this range here. So we clearly made an SMT off this low. That's not the only reason, but that's another good reason that price is going to fill orders and continue higher, which it did. Ended up making another SMT at the highs. You know, and as much as this trade setup was great on the lower time frame, the higher time frame looks like shit. And when this happens, consolidation, 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 no gaps to be found. It's usually pretty bad conditions. Despite that, I was still able to capitalize and hone in and see that there was a great setup to be presented and did present. So capitalize on that. But the whole execution part, I think, is where it went wrong today. We ended up hitting full TP, exactly how I thought, but unfortunate that we had to get wicked out, break even on the other half of our contracts here. We can see, right, net P&L, so it was break even right here on this last trade at 945. But overall, good trade. I'm not going to be sad about it because I love the trade, and you know, I may have entered a little prematurely or a little early, not waiting for confirmation on ES. We still had confirmation on NASDAQ, but you know, not waiting for that confirmation on ES could tend to lead to bad habits or, you know, give me a different probability within the market. But still, I know my mistake. I don't intend on repeating that mistake, but I had a lot of conviction in this trade and loved to see what was going on. But then again, yeah, very unfortunate we got wicked out like that, break even. So despite that, awesome trade. Awesome trade. Love to see it when I see it. 'cause Monday, Tuesday was ass, so yeah. There's not much more to say. What happened, happened. Nothing I could have controlled about that. Maybe I shouldn't have went to break even. But the more I dwell on it, the more I think about it, it's like, realistically, what can I do about it? But yeah, trade setup was great. I'm glad I entered. Glad I didn't hesitate. I'm just thinking right now. Should have I went break even? In my mind, it seemed valid because we hit this hourly low, and then we took half of our profit. But I simply don't think there's nothing I could have done about it. Played out. I was assuming that it was going to play out very smoothly, just come down like that, but ended up retracing just a tiny bit and got whipped out. But that's all right. All said and done, guys. We always got tomorrow. We didn't lose, so look at the bright side of things. Yeah, we could have made more money, but I found my strategy, stuck to my rules, ended up green on the day. Green in my mind, green on the chart. That's what I strive for. So, that being said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.